Brian, for the last month, it feels like we've been talking about these wrestlers' contracts expiring. And we did hear that WWE signed up a lot of names when AEW started to these 5 year long contracts. Those contracts are coming to an end. But that's not only happening in WWE, because one guy who I think should have been a bigger star in AEW, his contract is expiring as well. Y'all see him on y'all screens right now. Penta Cero Miedo. Brian, what do you think about this? Is this a good name for WWE to pick up? Because there's some information going on saying Penta was trying to acquire the license to his likeness or his name or his character so he could take it to WWE, or just in case he needed it to take it, just in case he needed to take it to WWE. Do you think this would be a good move for Penta, or should he stay in the land of AEW?
I think I don't know, man. It's tough, bro, because I feel like WWE doesn't do a good enough job at booking the masked man unless you're Rey Mysterio in your prime. So that's the only thing, because you look at a guy like Dragon Lee, who was really like up there in terms of NXT names, and now you see him now and he's like just mid card. Don't really see him around a lot of the time. I'm scared this could happen to Penta, but if he does go to WWE, I would like to see him in NXT for a bit, just so he can
Ooh.
get to that style and everything. It's tough, but I would like to see him there. And then not that he needs it for his wrestling. I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued because he's a great wrestler. I just think that he can go to NXT, build himself up a little bit more over there, and then you bring him up, sort of how they did with Dragon Lee. I mean, they did it with Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee came from AEW, right?
Yes, Dragon Lee. They were actually upset that Dragon Lee signed to WWE. So yeah,
So that's
I don't
one.
know, man. But go ahead.
That's one that I could see over at NXT. But then again, bro, the way they book these wrestlers, uh, more so the Latino wrestlers, I don't know if that's the right move. But AEW hasn't really been doing him any favors lately, anyway. So maybe go test the other side, see if it's any green over there too. I mean, hey, get the bag by any means, though.
Any means get that bag. But I will say this, Penta. I don't know. It seems like NXT is like the young man's game right now. It's just the young world. We see all the girls with the yeeks over there. We got the Trick Williams, and it's just a young man's world, and I don't see Penta working well with them over there because the guy's crazy. He's over there doing all of these flips and twists and breaking necks. I just don't think the guys in NXT right now will be able to keep up with him. So I don't know how much he would be able to learn down there, because back in the day you had a few
It fits their
like the guys
style
like
though.
Sami Zayn.
It
Huh?
fits their style. Like if you look at an NXT match and you look at Javon, I believe his name is Javon Evans. Uh,
Ooh,
I can nah, he's like 19, but he's really good. Like I can see them having a good match. Like there's a couple guys down there that he could have good matches with. But then again, bro, on the main roster, like the pace is very much different in WWE than from what he does. Cause I've watched him wrestle and it's a lot of
yeah.
flips, like you said. It would definitely take some adjusting. He's gonna have to slow down a little bit, and they're probably gonna tell him, "Yo, we don't want you doing a lot of these moves that you used to do over there, where you flipping freaking 4 times in the air." You know how it goes, bro. When you get to
Turning their
WWE,
neck at the last minute before it hits
yeah,
the mat. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
nah,
WWE doesn't play all that.
they don't play that.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, like they don't do a good job building up like these Latino wrestlers. Like we look at Andrade, we look at Carlito, we look at all of them. They kind of just lump them together. Like all of you guys are in this group. Now go out there and do your stuff. Andrade actually got mad about it. Well, a fan asked him, why do they got to lump all the Latino wrestlers
Yeah,
together? Andrade said, "You tell me." But I think Penta is one that stands out. Like a lot of these guys come into WWE and they like the masked wrestlers. It looks like they have the same mask on, but Penta has his own swag. He has his own look. So I think where they couldn't get a lot of these other guys over, even Andrade. I don't think Penta speaks great English. That's why he has his manager right now. But if they can put a good manager with Penta, doesn't do you do Zelina Vega? I don't know. I think there's got to get somebody with him. Like even if they take Alex Abrahantes from AEW, I think he works well with him. But I think Penta could be one of their biggest stars. I'm not sure how old Penta is, but he had the potential when he was young in his career to be the next Rey Mysterio. Now he's missing the language piece again, but he's been really good. He has that charisma where he can't speak the English very well. He speaks it well with his body and his mannerisms and that all cero, miedo, it's over with the crowd. And I think that stuff will work very well in WWE, just like it does in AEW.
Fair enough. I just think with WWE right now, you want to be careful a little bit because you look at LWO, you look at and LWO, they got a little push for a little bit, but it's not the same, man. I don't know. It just feels like
Yeah.
like the masked men for most of all. It's like I
Yeah.
don't know, like. But then you look at Legado del Fantasma. I actually like the way they are. They're booked like mid carders, which is honestly what they are. Like that's no, you know what I'm saying. There's no world champion there. Penta, you've watched him more than I have because I watch AEW when we watch AEW and that's pretty much it. But do you think that this guy can be like world champion potential over in WWE, or do you think he's U.S. champion and that's pretty much it?
Unfortunately, we see how WWE treats their, Spanish stars, the Japanese stars, these guys who can't speak English. They never really make it to the top of the mountain. But if anybody has that potential, I think it is Penta because he's a big guy. Well, I thought Andrade had it too, but for whatever reason, he's just not connecting over there. But I think Penta does have more charisma than Andrade because even if he has a manager talking for him, he's over there doing the mannerisms and dancing and stuff, and it looks natural. Like his mask, I think kids will want to wear his mask or, look like him just like they do with Darby Allin. He's a big guy. So I think he has all of the tools. It would just be a case whether WWE can utilize them correctly or not because I do think he's world championship material. But I mean, in AEW, he's kind of slotted in that tag team spot. I think if they pushed him away from all of that stuff, and build him to the top, they could he would fit there very well. If not the champion, he would look good going up against Cody Rhodes like in a believable title shot. So I think he's really good.
They got to get him a manager then, because it sounds like he has everything,
Definitely.
and that's the case with a lot of these Latino wrestlers, Japanese wrestlers, freaking amazing in the ring, but from the like I don't want to say charisma, but just like the promos and the speaking, that's what throws everything off nowadays, and that's why these wrestlers don't get pushed as hard as they should. Because you look at a lot of these wrestlers, and they definitely do deserve to be pushed. I mean, I look at an Okada; he's definitely being pushed right now, but he just doesn't feel like a star, and I don't know if that has to do anything
Right.
with the language barrier. I don't know
A
what
lot.
exactly it is, but that's one of the guys that I'm like, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he would have been booked perfect in WWE because it seems like that's just more of an American promotion thing where they can't figure out what to do with these guys. But dude, like every time I've heard Okada, oh yeah, he's like the John Cena from out there, and it's like these companies can't seem to book him so correctly. So that's the only thing why Latinos, Japanese wrestlers, if you're from a foreign country, I'm a little bit scared for you.
Yeah. And like people will get mad now because we're kind of cooking Okada, but I mean it's true. If you look at the promo where they were trying to give him, they were trying to put him over in the ring, like give him some type of character. The Young Bucks brought him a Lamborghini, and he was just sitting there looking shocked, and it looked like Nick Jackson had to feed him his line, and after he said it, he said, "Oh, I can't believe it," and then he was like play crying, and then like he went straight to a straight face after his line was over. It's like I just don't think he gets it. Like he translates in the ring. Like when it doesn't matter who he's wrestling, he's going to go
Mm-hmm.
out there and do his thing.
Agreed.
But when it comes to building characters and connecting, that has a big thing to do with American wrestling. That's why you had characters like the Junkyard Dog, Papa Shango, the Undertaker. Like these guys just have these crazy characters because they connect with people. So if you can't connect with people, I just don't think WWE is the place for you. But again, back to Penta. I think he'll be able to pull it off. What if they got what's the guy's name? Ricardo Rodriguez, who used to be with
Alberto Del Rio, yeah,
um Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, he was good. He did even though Alberto could speak some English, he spoke English pretty well actually. But Ricardo Rodriguez, I think he would be a good manager, and people would be. I think they'll be happy to see him again, happy to hate him again. So, hey, maybe you bring somebody in like that to help him out.
agreed.